So, how do you become truly confident with helping clients who have quote unquote tried everything? Maybe you are someone who specializes in something like insomnia and sleep problems. And maybe some of your clients have tried everything, right? I've tried the melatonin, the valerian root, the blue light blocking glasses, and all of these things, all of the binaural beats at nighttime, but they're still not getting the quality sleep. And they came to you because you are an expert at this, right? You may use hypnosis or NLP or whatever it is that you are using to help your clients to receive that restful, rejuvenated sleep at night that improves the quality of their lives, right? And so, how do you become confident when your client says, "Oh my God, I have tried absolutely everything, but and I'm desperate coming to you." Sometimes you can feel something about that, right? Do you feel nervous? Do you feel the pressure, or are you like, "Let's go, let us go"? So, what is that currently for you? You need to know where you are right now with regards to this and how confident you are to see the work that needs to be done, right? That just makes sense. And so, today I'm going to give you three main things. And these are not really like step by step things, but these are the foundations of that house in order for you to have a very effective sessions and be that person to be like, "Oh my God, I've tried everything and finally I've received it." This is usually what my clients tell me with everything that they've tried, right? Whether that be personal development junkies who just haven't really found good practices for them. They come into my Bulletproof Nervous System course and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm finding relief and bliss finally for for months, like for months and months continuously, when before it didn't work." Like, this is actually personally what my clients tell me, and my clients are not new to personal development, right? So what did I do to help cultivate this? It's actually really quite simple. These are the three things, these are three principles and values that I actually help my clients with. And these are the three foundations that every interaction I have with a client or student definitely needs. Because if these three aren't here, then things are just not going to work, right? It's going to fall the fuck apart. And so the very first thing is I approach everything with curiosity. Curiosity. This is the number one thing. And that means no expectations to the outcome. Is it always easy? Am I 100%? No, right? But if I'm in a therapeutic setting with a client, whether that be one-to-one or they're in my group Bulletproof programs, curiosity is what I tap into and allow them to tap into. Why? Because this is when we don't have any attachment to what it could look like, this is when we actually find the things that we're looking for. So if you have an insomnia client and you're just curious, right? They say they've tried everything. What type of questions are you going to ask them to really explore what things did work and what did not work and what they learned from those mistakes of trying those things, right? Coming from that place is a curious thing to be, and it lessens the pressure on yourself because you're just getting to know the client. And then for you, you listening, which is the second one, you being curious and listening to what your clients have told you is going to create that deeper connection, that deeper rapport without you overly explaining what you do. The truth of the matter is, not many people are actually going to really fully get what you do. Even hypnotherapists, when I talk to them about somatic practices, I really just do very basic, it is body-based exercises. Just do the damn thing, and then you'll understand why. We get so caught up as practitioners to want to explain everything, but if we actually just keep it results based and tap into our curiosity, that is when you'll find that connection. And second, I always listen. And this is like twofold, right? Listening to my intuition, not the conscious trying to fix it type ego, but very much listening to the client and what they're saying in between. And practitioners think that they listen, but when they come into my programs, it is actually like they need listening 101 lessons. And this is not meant to be, this is not meant to criticize. It is just fact because we were taught differently, right? We were taught the opposite. We were taught to think of the best questions. We were taught to think of the best metaphors. We were taught to think of the best script for our clients. That's the opposite of listening. So when we actually just flip the script and allow for the client to actually say what they need to say, allow for that client to say, this worked, this didn't work with regards to my sleep, that is when they'll actually reveal the real thing. Because who doesn't want to be listened to, right? Can we not feel and see that, you know, that client who has gone to even doctors and specialists, and maybe they've tested for sleep apnea or things like that. A lot of the practitioners we have, we're not really trained to listen, right? Even in the medical field. I carry a lot of guilt and shame being a nurse and me dismissing some patients, right? Like that is true. Am I proud of it? Absolutely the fuck not, right? And so now I'm changing the game and flipping that shit around because we really were not taught. We just didn't know. And also the responsibility wasn't there and the support wasn't there. But we all take responsibility. And if we can be honest with ourselves with regards to our sessions in the past, my old hypnosis sessions, I did not listen. I did not listen. I talked to the client. I told them to close their eyes and take deep breaths, right? That is not listening. That is me talking. You can't talk and listen at the same time. Right. And so if we as practitioners are talking too much in our sessions, we prevent our client, like we're not listening, and therefore we are cock blocking our success, which really is number three, which is it being client centered. When we're just curious and when we listen, we become more client centered. And this is really how we become more confident because we're no longer relying on external things, those training wheels of scripts, of techniques, of dissociation, association, timeline, whatever it is, we're not utilizing those anymore, and we're looking at the client in front of us. And this in and of itself is what creates success. These principles are the exact reasons as to why my clients are like, oh my God, I can't believe in 20 minutes we got to it when I've had multiple NLP sessions. I've had clients who have listened to recordings in 8 months, and in 20 minutes, they're like, oh, fuck, here it is. Like, this is the actual thing. This is because of applying these three principles. And these are the things that are, to be honest, quite boring and not as sexy as the next shiny modality, right? But without those shiny modalities do not have the place to sit, and they will only act as if they were the hypnotic aspirin that we give our clients. So these three are definitely key to helping your clients to transform and you being confident, because when you just have that really, really connected session with your client, you're not going to want to go back. So I would love to hear from you what you thought about this. Otherwise, I will see you next time.